Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time seeing my face, then welcome. Take a seat and get comfortable because we're about to talk about some things. First of all, I have my dog mom hat on because not only am I a dog mom, but it's also my Bubba's birthday. You can't see him right now. Let me see. Oh, he's a big one. Relax, I'm not gonna drop you. It's my Bubby's birthday. Happy 5th birthday, baby. I'm a 5-year-old mom. I'm the mother of a 5-year-old, so the reason these videos don't be coming consistently is because, you know, I got responsibilities, okay? I got responsibilities. I'm not allowed to have fun no more.
I got responsibilities now. Responsibilities? That means I'm not allowed to have fun anymore for the rest of my life.
Yes, happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, Bubby. Okay, all right, we're done. All right, so I had to switch angles, and I need to take that hat off because with these braids, it was more like headache. But I'll switch angles because this is the position you assume when you're about to talk to a friend, when you're about to drop some knowledge, when you're about to share some juice. You know, she sits on the couch or he sits on the couch, and you sit across from them, and you're just like, you know, you're comfortable, you're chilling, getting ready to listen and advise, ready to talk to you and tell you the things, give you the juice, give you the gems, the tools in a little Since I'm in the friend talking position, let's just acknowledge a few things, you know, before we get to dropping gems and things, you know. The year is 2021. That means if you are sitting here listening to my voice, looking at my face, my forehead, my new growth, that means that you, my friend, have survived 2020. I'm proud of you. You deserve to be proud of you. Let's go ahead and clap. Pat on the back because the year 2020 was heavy. And you bore the weight and you made it here, so yay. Now let's talk about how you about to move in 2021. That's what this video is about. That's what I want to talk to y'all about. Let's sit, let's have the conversation. Let me put the things like this and give it to you like that, and you say thank you and I say you're welcome, and we do it all again at some later random dates. You feel me? Let's do it. Let's talk about it. So I don't know what inspired this. I was doing some yoga this morning. You know, I got up, ate my little salad, ate my mango, played with my dog, talked to my mans, talked to my friends, and it hit me. I was like, it's 2021. Things have got to be different. You know, I want to strengthen things. I want to big up my health. I want to big up my connections, and I just feel like there's ways to do that. Let's call these little gems, let's call them life ways. These are the ways we're going to be utilizing while we move through life in 2021. Let's talk about life way number 1. Since we all talk, we all like to talk, we all like to be talked to, I feel like if we're talking in 2021, we need to be talking. And I feel like real ass conversations are needed in 2021. Whatever you're talking about, talk about it. People say, let's talk about it, and then they barely talk about it. They barely scratch the surface of the it. Talk to me, real life. You're gonna sit me down to talk to me? Really talk to me. Really tell me what it is you're feeling about a thing, the way you think about that thing. My thing is, people hate small talk, right? I don't really enjoy small talk. It really depends on who I'm small talking with. But even then, I really don't like small talk. What really is small talk? The weather, talking about sports, talking about like quick little check-ins. That's not really small talk to me. Small talk to me is you come to me with a topic, any topic, and you barely give me your thoughts. You're more of a yes man. Like, you know, Monty, how do you feel about sandwiches? You know, I like sandwiches. I love that there are different varieties. I love that sandwiches come in different forms. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite sandwich is a BLT, vegan style. Yeah, I just love how, you know, the seitan comes together with the tomato, and the mayo is also vegan, you know? I love it. What about you? Yeah, I like sandwiches. BLTs are really good too. Good talk. No, it was not a good talk. We didn't even talk. I talked, you listened, and you agreed. Bring truth to these conversations. Talk about what you want to talk about. Tell me how you feel. Tell me why you feel that way. I don't care if it's good or bad. I don't care if it's, you know, something that if I were a lesser being would offend me for whatever reason. Talk to me. Tell me your truth. Those are the conversations we need to be having in 2021. So if 2020 showed you anything, it showed you that we don't really have time to be wasting. Anything could come along and you're done. You're out of here. Talk. If you're going to talk, if you're going to spend time talking, then talk. Especially if you're going to spend time talking to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk in your truth. Life way number 2. I think this goes hand in hand with the talking thing. Vulnerability. We need to practice in 2021 being more vulnerable, standing in that space where you feel out of, okay, maybe that's not the definition of vulnerability, but for me, when I feel most vulnerable when I am having to talk about something that I know is gonna bring up emotions, that I know I'm gonna lose control over. I have to be more vulnerable. My most vulnerable time is when I have to ask for help. If you know me, which a lot of y'all don't, but if you know me, if you knew me, you would instantly learn that I don't really like asking for help, especially with things that I know how to do. If I know how to do it and for some reason I just can't do it, it is so hard for me to turn to the next person and be like, can you help me with this? I don't know what it is. It's pride, it's ego, whatever it is, I'm working on it. But that is when I have to be at my most vulnerable, and I don't usually enjoy it, but it always yields blessings. Be vulnerable in 2021. Open up to the people around you. Open up. Stop being afraid, or stop whatever it is that has you not wanting to be vulnerable. Throw it away. Knock down these walls, sis. Knock down these walls. Knock them out the way and really pull your heart to the surface and share that thing. Share it. I feel like most of these moments where vulnerability is needed and could really save a relationship, a friendship, anything, is when we're talking to our loved ones. And you would think that that's the safest place to be vulnerable for, but for a lot of us, it's really not. Or it's not that it's not safe, it's more like it's the scariest. Maybe because these people have closer ties to you. Maybe because these people's judgment or, you know, the way that they think about your vulnerability could really affect you. I feel like with a stranger, maybe this is just me, but I can talk to anyone and I can be open with anyone. That's my superpower, that's my talent. There are a lot of people out here that can't do that. It's literally impossible. Not impossible, nothing's impossible. It literally it's very difficult for a lot of people. I'm not one of those people. So I take this trait I'm very proud of this trait. But I can understand how, you know, you're talking to a loved one and you don't really want to tell them all the things because they know your triggers. They know how to say things and what to say in order to get you to be like, I knew I shouldn't have talked to you. Thank you for reminding me. But let's get rid of that. So let's get rid of that. 2020 taught us that. It taught me that. I really hope it taught you that. I feel like it taught a lot of us that. Let's get rid of that. Be more vulnerable. Vulnerability can save a life. Vulnerability can save a friendship. It can save a relationship. It can save any interaction if you just decide to take a step back and bring what you see within to the forefront, to the table, to the conversation, to the discussion, whatever. Vulnerability. We need to practice that. Life way number 3. This really isn't a life way. Well, it didn't come to me in that form. It came to me as like a, I was just looking at myself one day, thinking about the things that I am, who I am, and I was like, you know what? I'm not that enthusiastic about change. Somebody close to me pointed this out a while ago, and of course, I got offended. I was like, what? I love change. What are you talking about? I was lying to myself. In that moment, I thought I was absolutely justifiable. But they were right. Change is not my favorite, especially if I feel like the person proposing this change has no idea what they're doing or what they're talking about. I'm less likely to trust that process. The other thing is, if I feel like the change just isn't necessary, if I feel like this thing is working and it's working beautifully and there's no problems, I've not always been one to tweak it or adjust it or change it in any way because it's working. But I'm learning that, I am going to be practicing in 2021, being more flowy, allowing things to, it's the whole control thing. Y'all know I'm still working on that. Allowing things to just come as they are. I allow people to come as they are. I have no idea why I struggle with allowing things to not only come as they are, but change if they need to, when they need to, how they need to. How would I word this life way? Stepping out of your comfort zone. I knew it. You're welcome. Stepping out of your comfort zone. That's life way number 3. Stepping out of our comfort zones. This is not something that 2020 had to teach us. This is something we already knew. Everyone knows that saying where it's like, nothing grows in the comfort zone or whatever, you know, which is facts. You're not gonna grow doing the same old thing that you've always done, whether it's working for you or not. You're gonna stay stagnant. You're gonna stay stagnant. You're not gonna grow and excel. You know, step out of your comfort zone in 2021. Literally, step out of that thing. Do something different. It could be anything. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be a big, huge thing. I'm not talking about like, you know, step out of the zone, move across the country. It could be anything. Like, let's say you are a chef or something and you cook like this. Somebody comes and introduces you to a new recipe. It's just a tweak. Just add a little bit of cinnamon. And you're just like, why would I put cinnamon? I don't ever use cinnamon. It never worked. I've never needed to. It may work, but I just don't need to. Try it anyway. Now you know 2 ways to make that dish. With cinnamon, without cinnamon, it's still fire. You know what I'm saying? So step out of your comfort zone. I'm doing this like crackhead scratch. It's this sports bra under here. It's one of those where the material, I don't know how to explain it. My hair grows all the way down here. So sometimes, you know, depending on how I move my neck, my hoodie or my bra or something just grabs a little bit of hair and it tugs it. It's like a tweezing situation. And you know, when you pluck that hair, that little spot just itches. Now imagine 10 of those hairs getting plucked. It hurts, it itches. So anyways, ignore my scratch. Moving on. Lifeway number 4. Your health is literally your wealth. Now, 2020 did teach us that, but 2020 didn't need to come along before we learned that. Your health is your wealth. I was blessed to not have lost anybody to anything 2020 had going on. All of my family is okay. Everyone that I love and know is okay. They survived 2020. Thank you, universe. Does that mean that they are healthy enough? They're healthy enough. Could they be healthier? Yes. We could all be healthier. Even me, who's on her health kick, on her health journey, you know, eating the things and exercising, yoga, doing the things I need to be doing. I could be healthier. So I know that some of y'all could be healthier. We could always be better. Health is wealth. A lot of what 2020 brought to the table, I personally would not have survived if it was not for my health. And that's not just the physical. That's the mental, that's the emotional, that's the spiritual. You could always be healthier. Now take that how it applies. If you are somebody who's always working out, always doing this, always doing that for your body, practice some ways that you could strengthen your mind, strengthen your soul, strengthen your emotional, levy, so that you're not so easily broken or you're not so easily swayed into, more negative things. Your health is your wealth. We all love wealth. So yeah, take your health into consideration. Lifeway number 5. I believe this is lifeway number 5. Healing can and should come sooner than later. And I'm talking all the healing. This kind of goes hand in hand with your health is your wealth. Healing of the mind, healing of the body, healing of the soul, healing. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example of how it happens for me. I'll be in a situation with someone, usually like one of my siblings. I'll be talking to them about something and then I will have an epiphany like, that's a trauma. That's from our childhood. That's my trauma for whatever reason. And then boom. Usually I'll sit with that for a second. Like, is it a trauma? Am I tripping? Is it just a moment where I reacted in a way? If I acknowledge a trauma, if I acknowledge something that could, that should, and I will be changing or working on, I'm going to start working on that right away in 2021. I started to tiptoe towards that in 2020, but 2020 was a year, so that's the excuse. 2020 was a year, and yes, I could have healed then, but 2020 was happening. 2020 was literally happening in my face, so I couldn't focus, but it's 2021 now, and I don't care what it brings. We're not gonna let it hit us the way 2020 hit us. No matter what it brings, no matter what it brings, no matter what it amplifies, we're not gonna let it treat us the way 2020 treated us. Now we know. All of us weren't as prepared as we could have been for 2020. This is true. So it's okay if you lost control of some of the things in 2020. You literally have everything that it was though to utilize as a guide. 2020 is the study guide, 2021 is the actual test. Study guide, test. There are gonna be some similarities, there are definitely gonna be some differences and some changes, some surprises, but you have the keys, you have the things. 2020 should have given you the things to utilize in 2021 so that it's different, so that it's better for you. So yeah, healing should definitely take place, should and can take place sooner than later. Lifeway number 6. So I know I said a lot of y'all don't know me, and that's okay, but you definitely have videos 1 and 2 to go back and just check and see to learn how I feel about love, the concept of love, the act of love, the feeling of love. I am someone who is always stating that she is always trying to be of love. I'm always trying to be of love, especially in situations where all you want to do is step out of that thing and check somebody real quick. And let me just put the disclaimer out there: spiritual does not equate to soft. Let's just put it like that. But either way, I am definitely always trying to make sure that I am someone who is maneuvering out of love. I read somewhere that the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. And that resonated with me because when I think about what love is versus indifference, even hate, when I think about what love is, when you love someone or something, or you're trying to put, let me fix this mic. When you love something, you're gonna put your all of your energy is gonna go into that thing. You want things to come of that. You have so much intention. That's what we're moving in 2021 with. We're moving with intention. And when you have intention, you have to have love. The opposite of that is indifference. You don't care. When you're indifferent about something, it does not bother you. You're not thinking about it. It's not on your mind. No energy is going towards that thing. Nothing is going to come of that situation because you're not putting any work in that direction. You don't care. You're indifferent. You're unbothered. When you think about hate, what hate is, you're still putting energy towards that thing. You still think about that thing. You made the choice, so you definitely still care to an extent. The opposite of love is definitely indifference, in my opinion. We're moving with intention in 2021, and with that being said, I just want to make sure that I pour love into everything, all the things, every project, every situation, every conversation, every interaction. Love. I want to keep my heart open. I want to keep my love pure. I want to stand in my truth. The opposite of love is definitely indifference, and that's why love will always be the answer going forward. It was the answer, in the past, but let's just say I could have been better then. Not gonna dwell on that. Moving on to 2021 and beyond, love will always be the answer. It gets the things done the way it needs to be done, how it needs to be done. We love around here, these parts here. Yeah. Moving on to Lifeway number 7. Okay, so Lifeway number 7 is kind of a more personal one. It may resonate with people out there. It'll definitely resonate with someone out there. Family was a thing. It was a theme in 2020. With quarantine taking place and people having to come from either abroad or other states or whatever and hunker down with family. Family was definitely a theme, and I've always been someone who prioritizes her family. And this is not a bad thing, but it's in my adult life, it's gotten to the point where, or it was getting to the point where I didn't really want to be too far from family. Don't want to leave the state. I don't want to leave and be, in a better situation than family. I'd rather be in the same struggles with my family than to be, or that's how I thought, than to be higher than them and, watching them struggle come to the top with me. We all know that, one, you can't do that to yourself. You can't let anybody, anything keep you down, hold you down, whether it's intentional or not. I had to learn that while family will always be high up on my list of priorities, It is okay to grow in different directions. It is okay to be this kind of person while your family is this type of lives in this way or has this mindset. It's okay. One, you could really help your family be better. You could really help them excel once you give yourself the focus that you need. I'm looking for the best words. You can really help your family accomplish a lot and achieve a lot and excel to where they need to be by just focusing on yourself sometimes and bettering you, making sure that when it does come down to when it is time to help your family get to where they need to get, you are all there. Everything is there. You're ready. You have the knowledge. You have all the energy to help your family get where they are. I definitely had to learn that it is okay for everyone to branch out in different directions. They're still your family. They may not, you may not be able to call them and have them be in your space right away. You may not be able to get in their space right away. You may not ever be able to get the family all together at any given time. That is my dream. I always want to get my family, my siblings, my mom, my dad, everyone, my bonus family. I always want everybody to be in the same space to celebrate things like birthdays and stuff. And that hasn't happened in a very long time. No matter how hard I try, no matter whose birthday it is, people have grown up. My siblings have grown up. People have remarried and gone in different directions. And for a while there, it hurt. It was like, dang, my family's growing up and they're leaving. They're going this way. Da, 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 da. Everybody is healthy. Everybody is alive. Everybody is doing just fine. Even if they can't be with me or with the rest of the family, they're doing just fine where they are. And I am still learning, but it's easier. I'm still learning to be okay with that and understand that that's okay. As long as everybody's good, then I'm good. So yeah, that was life way number 7. It's okay for family to branch out this way and that way. It's okay to, not be exactly how we used to be. Growth is always okay. If I just had that mindset, it takes things. It takes things to either teach you or remind you of the things you already know or need to know. It takes happenings. But listen, family, because I know y'all watching. As long as you guys are great, I'm great. As long as you're healthy and you're alive, I'm super. I'm so happy. I'm so great. This goes for my friends too, my loved ones. It's okay to grow in different directions from people. It's okay to grow away from people as well. Things don't always have to end ugly. Things don't always have to be, things don't always have to be that way. You know which way I'm talking about. So yeah, I have one last life way, one last technique for maneuvering through 2021. Life way number 8. Always, I don't care what the situation is. I don't care what it is. Always maintain your truth. Always move within your truth. Always show up in your truth. Stand in who you are. Stand in how you feel. Stand in what you think and stand in it proud. Whether you're right or you're wrong, you will never know until you arrive, you show up in that truth, and you open up to and receive the messages and the lessons that are to be delivered to you in that moment. 2020 was a harder year for me emotionally, and that helped me spiritually. Losing control of how I felt in a situation reminded me to always trust my faith. What I have faith in, what I believe in, it strengthened that for me. But that's besides the point. I was not clapping for myself whenever I showed up in my truth. I was always thinking, I spent way more time than I should have thinking, I'm upset or I am sad. And I don't want to show up that way because I don't want this person to feel this way and I don't want this person. I was littling myself, making myself small so that somebody else could feel however they were going to feel. And trust me, they showed up in their truth. They showed up and they felt how they felt. They expressed to me what they wanted to express to me. Meanwhile, I haven't even spoken my truth, Always move in your truth. Move how you genuinely want to move so that not only the people around you, but you remember who you are. You learn yourself in that way. Acknowledge it, move in it, stand in it. Show up like you. Show up as yourself. Show up in your truth. Speak your truth. I think that's the most important part of it. Beyond showing up and standing. Speak in your truth. Stay true to you. Stay true. Stay true. Express what you need to express. If I'm in a situation with someone and something's happening and I know that this person's gonna feel a certain way if my emotions go in this direction, they're just gonna have to feel that way. But I have to stay true to myself. I have to express myself. I have to express my truth. I have to stand in my truth. I have to be of truth with myself, or else I'm gonna pretend to be somebody else, or I'm gonna move in a different way, and that's gonna throw me all the way off. I don't even know how to be this person, but that's who I showed up as, and now I'm in this struggle with myself and with this other person, or in this situation. I'm struggling when I could have just shown up as myself, and whether or not that yields a struggle, at least I'm moving in truth. At least I'm moving genuinely. I'm moving organically. We don't know how to be anybody else. And when we try, there's always hardship. There's always struggle. You're blocking blessings. You're not even blocking them. They were sent for who you really are, but because you're pretending to be someone else, user not found, package was returned because the universe don't know who you are pretending to be. You don't even know who you're pretending to be. So life way number 8, always, please, my friend, stand in your truth, be who you are, express what you're really feeling, express what you're really thinking. I think that goes into all the other life way, more real conversations, more genuine conversations where we're expressing exactly what it is we feel, think, or want to say about a thing. That also goes into vulnerability. How you gonna show up purely? How you gonna be pure in a moment if you're not even being yourself in that moment? If you're not even in your truth in that moment? How you gonna, be naked and real with somebody and raw and unfiltered with somebody and then allow them to see you when you're not even seeing you? You're not even being who you're supposed to be. Show up in your truth. Regardless of what could happen, always move as yourself so that you don't have any regrets, so that you learn the lessons meant to be learned in that moment for you specifically. You're always a student and you're always a teacher. But a lot of times we want to do more teaching and we haven't even learned all the things. We haven't even learned what we needed to learn in order to be trying to teach somebody else. That is life way number 8, and that is how we are moving in 2021. All right, guys, those were our life ways. This is how we're moving in 2021. What did I say this video was gonna be called? How we're moving in 2021. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm always grateful, always ready to show gratitude to you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you feel like it, share this video with somebody that needs some help going into 2021. Happy New Year. I love you all. Thank you again. Let's make 2021 way better than what 2020 was. I know there are a lot of things that we can't control, but I think we've listed a few things here, so make sure that you tap into whichever resonated with you, all of them, one of them. I want to say none of them, but I don't mean that, and we're moving within our truth. We're standing in our truth in 2021, so I don't mean that. Something about this video can help you or somebody else. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys next time when we have one of these sit down and talks, All right, I love y'all. Be great, be free. Bye. And I don't know how I could ever forget, but shout out Lotus. My little brother is doing his little clothing thing or whatever. So I'm going to put his handle to his Instagram below. The link will be in his Instagram bio. So you can cop yourself a hoodie, leggings, hoodies, sweats. He has ski masks. He has socks. He has anything you're looking for, honestly. So I'll put his handle below so you can go and shop, cop your gear, and you can be as fresh as I'm is.